the first. Area. Hates. So but this is what we're doing. There. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Yeah. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to restart this and do it differently. Let's see. Oh, you guys can hear now? Oh, can you hear, Britt? Can you guys hear? You can hear. Okay. Because if not, I'm going to have to restart it and do it differently. So it's so interesting. Our first two Whatnot shows that we ever did, for some reason, we didn't have any sound. And it's interesting because we were using the iPad, which is what I'm using now. So we weren't really sure what it was that was causing the issues. I think it was the iPad because we've been doing it differently now. We've been doing it from my phone and then I just have my iPad to read the chat. So just one more. Can you hear it? Just give me like a thumbs up if you can. So if not, then I'll have to switch things around and get creative. So, okay, perfect. Okay, so since you guys probably missed the beginning of it, I'll go over it again. My name is Charity. I am a reseller out of the South Austin, Texas area. Normally, I go live over on TikTok. That's kind of where I've been for the last like 6 months. We've got a pretty good sized following over there. We come in, we shoot the shit, we hang out, we talk about shipping, we talk about reselling and all that good stuff. The thing about TikTok is one, they bananaed me. Two, they put me on a probation now where I can have my live back, but if I say anything I'm not supposed to, I lose my account. So like it's not even worth it to me. So I'm just not going to be live over on TikTok ever again. It'll just never happen. It's going to be either here on Whatnot or on some of you may be seeing this over on YouTube for those of you that follow me on YouTube. So I'm going to be over here really every day live. So we're going to be doing the same things here that we were doing over on oh good, I'm glad you can hear that we were doing over on TikTok. So I'll be doing educational reselling lives. We'll be doing shipping. We'll be doing where I take pictures of items in the room for putting up on eBay, the organization of the garage, the prep for Whatnot shows. All of that stuff is going to be taking place now here on Whatnot and on YouTube versus TikTok. So I know it's going to be a big, huge adjustment for everybody. I know that it's going to be strange and different and weird, but you know, TikTok is just getting worse and worse and worse about limiting what you can say, limiting what you can do. You know, as a reseller, I'm talking about brands all the time, and it doesn't want you to talk about brands over there. They consider it trying to sell unregulated goods. So my background is in marketing. That's what I used to do before I did this full time. And one of the things I know about marketing is that when a company is trying to sell, like TikTok is right now, they get real weird about anybody purchasing or doing things off app. They want to keep all the money in app. They want to keep the viewership in app because those numbers help their specs look better for purchasing. So I get it. No shade on the TT. I just don't want to be a part of it anymore and have to worry about what I say. I don't want to say things like Link Dinketer and Smile Amazon. And I don't want to say that stuff anymore. So Liv says, I got the dumbest community guide violation over the Simples comment on TT today. Liv, it has gotten so bad. It has gotten so bad. Like half of us resellers are getting like bananas all the time. I know a lot of people have been able to get their accounts back. Like for us, we had to go on and take this class and take a quiz, and then they were going to let us know if we got our live back, which they did notify me on Saturday night that they would allow me to have my live privileges back, but that I was on a probation period. And should I ever violate that again, they will literally completely close my account down. So it's not worth it to me to lose my TikTok account just to be able to go live. So, because I still want to be able to put my videos over there and, you know, stay in touch with the community. I still want to be able to do TikTok shop and stuff like that. So I don't want to mess with that. So I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it to me. It's just not worth I feel like when I'm over there live, like I'm in kindergarten. They're like, you can't say this, you can't do that, you can't. And you can probably tell by the way I look, I'm a bit of a rule breaker. So I don't want to have to abide by that. Yeah, it is really crazy. Tracy, track down Tracy, what you doing? So yeah, so we're going to be building a new community kind of over here on Whatnot. It is definitely going to take some people some time to get used to coming over here. I predict there's going to be more and more resellers making the switch to just doing their live videos over here for a million different reasons. But the main reasons is like, this is our platform. Like, this is our platform. Our platform is Whatnot. It is a reselling platform. So it's kind of crazy that we haven't been using it for this. I mean, I know K-Way has for a really long time. And then I kind of watched Bearded do that. I've been watching Chris at Peak do that. So I'm watching a lot of these sellers that I look up to that are incredible people that, you know, are making more money than I am. And I always say it's okay to be a copycat as long as you're copying the right cat. So yeah, so that's exciting. So yeah, I'm excited. So if you guys have not had a chance to get a sticker yet, this is really the only product plug I'm going to do during this, because we're just going to talk about shipping and reselling and Hangout. This is our nice comp sticker. If you haven't had the chance to get this yet, it is pinned here. We are, as of right now, I believe 150 sales away from reaching the 1,000. Why is it important? Because Whatnot keeps all my money. So until you get to the 1,000 in sales, they literally keep your money for like 10 days. So it's like every time I do a show, we have to wait like a week and a half to 2 weeks to get paid out from that, which when you're sourcing every day, and Liv knows, when you're sourcing every single day, it's really hard to not have that money and that cash to go out and do that. Make it poor shopper what you good. Track down Tracy says, yeah, I feel like YT is 3,000 miles away. I know. It's so strange. I think it's like we all just got so used to using TT. And now that ever since there was that time where it went off, I have had this in the back of my mind of thinking like, why do we all use this platform to hang out with each other? Because it's not friendly. TT is not friendly for resellers. They don't want you to be doing what you're doing. In fact, TT hates Whatnot. And if you don't believe me, this was a question on a live the other day. And if you go into TT here, I want to show you guys something. So if you go in, and I don't want to show my phone quite yet because I don't want to get in trouble by Whatnot. but there is a way for you to search within TT. If you search up in the quarter and you go to creator insights, so the creator insights section of TT, well, it's the things that are trending and popular. And if you make a video off of those, you get like a better view count. So if you go in there and you click view, you're able to see it. Now up in the corner here, you can search. So I'm going to give you perspective. So if you look at most of these, they'll have huge numbers, things that are trending, how to make money, item buyer, tips for scoring freebies, like all these things that are trending and popular. The second, and it's like 1,000 people, 150 million people. Like when you type in whatnot up here on the thing, wait till you see this. Oh, of course, my autocorrect tried to change it. It's like nothing. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Why? Because they don't want you talking about whatnot over there. So that was the other thing, is every time I talked about my whatnot shows, I would get a restriction. So I'm just like, ah. Anyways, enough about that. We're going to get some shipping done. We're going to just hang on here together for, I guess about, well, what is it? 35 minutes or so. And then Dee in Texas, if you guys haven't had a chance to follow Dee, she's so fun. Dee's here in on Whatnot, and it's Dee in Texas, all one word. She's doing a whatnot show today. She's a newer seller like I am over here. And she's just got a cute little Southern voice, and she's so adorable and super fun to hang out with. So I am going to raid her after that, and we are going to go hang out over there. So Sir Holy Light, welcome in. So guys, normally I am a reseller over here. So normally I'm running auctions. We do auctions 4 times a week. And today we are doing shipping. So I've already got my whatnot stuff together from our show last night. We had a crazy, epic, insane, awesome, fun vintage music tees one. So that was super fun. Band t-shirts. And then we've got one coming up tomorrow. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I got to go in the garage. I have so much stuff. I might do an athleisure night. I may do another vintage night. I just got to kind of see what I've got today, get stuff sorted out, and get my life figured out so I can figure out what we're going to do. But go into our account, make sure you bookmark everything, because we run stuff for basically at cost. So if I pay $1 for it, we run it for like $3. So unless it's like a really crazy, huge, insane banger, and I'm just like, let's go for $2. But I try to keep the cost low. I try to keep the shipping low for you guys, because I know that we have a big reseller community that follows us elsewhere, and so I want them to still have the opportunity to get that. Sid 90, what you doing? Good to see you. Jen, welcome in. We got Wonderland Shenanigans. That's funny. I love that. I am good. I'm doing great. I'm excited to be doing these over on Whatnot. This is a totally new thing for me. Like I said, you guys, you said you probably already know this, but normally I'm over live on TikTok, and we're just not going to do it over there anymore. No more lives. No more restrictions. I ain't doing it anymore. So it's going to be fun building the new little community of people that used to coming in here every day and doing shipping and working and stuff like that. I mean, it is so weird, right? As resellers, why have we not been using this platform for things besides just selling items? Like, why are we not using this platform as our sole kind of communication? Because this is what this is. Whatnot encourages you to do this. So it's like so weird to me that we haven't all been thinking that way. But that's okay. Sometimes you just got to think about it. Sid says, I've been thinking of doing it too, but just haven't. Sid, it took me getting a banana over there. I got bananaed over on TT, and then they gave me all this guff about getting my account. It's just like, I'm just like, dude, moving right along. Okay. All right. So first thing I've got here is something I picked up at a garage sale. It's interesting too. I didn't have any reception to comp this when I went to this garage sale, but this is a 1998 Fisher Price. I remembered a video that someone had done like forever ago about like old Fisher Price, the little people toys. And so I was like, okay, in my mind, I remembered it. She wanted 10 for it. I talked her down to 5, and I'm so glad that I did. So all of this is brand new inside, which is crazy. And it's like a Little Red Riding Hood style thing. This sold for $67 over on eBay. So you cannot go wrong with that. That's for sure. I know. Sometimes these little things wind up being like the craziest, biggest bangers that you can ever imagine. I think this is one of our top selling things. So this is everything that sold in the last, like, I guess 24 hours. So, because we pretty much at this point, between all the whatnots that we're doing, and between all the other platforms that we're on, for reselling, I mean, we're at the point now where we're pretty much shipping every day. Like, God, which is so fun to say. That's such a cool thing to say. I can remember, because you guys, I've only been doing this like full time, like dedicated everyday working since like September time. So it's only been like September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. It's basically almost May. So really only like 8 months. I was doing it part-time before that, but I was mainly just selling stuff. My mom, we had taken care of her. And when she passed, I just had a whole lot of her like decor and stuff that I wasn't going to keep. I kept some of the stuff that, you know, gives me good memories, but I didn't keep everything. And so that's how we started, is I just needed to get rid of stuff. And my son was like, oh, try the Bay. And I was like, well, I don't even know how to do it. I didn't even have an account. So at the time I was still doing marketing. I was marketing full time. I was working for other companies and doing digital marketing and, plans out for promoting their products and stuff like that. And I had been doing that for a long time. And I was just so burnt out on it. It's like, I don't know. I wanted to do something where I felt like I was more in charge of my schedule, and I didn't have someone telling me what I could or couldn't do. I hate that feeling. I'm definitely a rebel at heart. So I have been loving doing reselling. I never thought that this is what I would do. I had no plans to do this. There was nothing on my radar, but man, I'm so glad I did. So we're just going to get this all fixed up here, and we're going to use a little bit of our stronger tape, and then I like to finish things off with this eBay tape. Now, the thing about this tape here that you get from the Bay is it is not the greatest. So I don't really trust it for sealing, but it is great for just like a few little extra seals. Now we're going to take this off because I know that this sticker means, like, I think this is a medicine one. I can't remember. Anyways, take that sticker off. Put this in our fancy little box. Everything else looks good. We'll go ahead and just put a label over this one. Now, all of my items on eBay, if they're under a pound or under, I just ship them straight from the Bay. If I have to ship them, or if they're over a pound, I use something called Pirate Ship. Yeah, it is thin. You know what else too, you guys, on this tape? Be really, really careful when you get this tape on something. The white parts of it will come off and it'll leave the residue. So if you're packaging anything that's like nice where you want the package to stay intact, do not let this tape touch it because it will come off. And once it comes off, you gotta take the goo gone and do like a whole situation. So I would super, super advise not doing that. I need to do better at being active on social media. Sid, I get it. I mean, I understand it's a full-time job in its own. And Liv, that's on here, is a friend of mine. She also does reselling, and she does a lot of content as well. And she knows it's time consuming. So you have to be willing to, like, you have to figure out where you're going to put that in your time. And not everybody has the amount of time it takes. Like, people don't realize when you're making videos and you're editing and you're doing all that kind of stuff, it's not just like a 2-second thing. It's like a whole situation. It takes a lot of time. It is a whole job within a job. So don't feel bad if you haven't done it. It's all right. Frenchie, what's my favorite French man doing? Sacre bleu, it is my Frenchie. Frenchie's great, guys. If you don't follow Frenchie, he is so fun. He is one of those people that has that kind of sense of humor that, like, you don't know he's going to be funny until you listen to him, and then he just says the most ridiculous things. I love it. Sis says, I pretty much switched from selling on the Bay just to WN. Yeah, that's kind of me. So I'm pretty much just trying to list either the really obscure stuff that nobody knows about on WN, because I sell a lot of vintage clothing, and a lot of the vintage stuff that I sell is worth a ton, but a lot of people don't know what it is. So it's like, if I run it on WN and I even started at $5, it may go for $6, but it's like an $80 or $90 sweater. And because it's just a weird company, or it's a weird thing that nobody knows about. Like, looking at this skirt here. I'll just use this one for example. So this skirt here it just looks like a regular kind of cute Southwestern skirt, but because of the brand and because of the era, this is like an $80 skirt. So it's like nobody is gonna know that though. They're not gonna understand that on WN until we get a bigger following of people that procure and look for special vintage pieces like I do. And then they would know. So you just got to kind of go with what your artist is. D, what's going on? Another D? We got D's all over the place today. I see you on the TT. Yeah, so D, I am not doing lives over on TT anymore. It is done. I had gotten a banana. They finally gave me my live privileges back after like 2 weeks. But the problem is I also got a warning with it. So if I were to do any other violation, they would literally shut my entire account down over there. And I don't want to lose my account. My account over there is the ability for me to do like TikTok shop. It's the ability for me to stay in contact with some people that just don't go outside of TT. So I don't want to lose that account. So we're just doing it here, baby. We're doing it here and on the YouTube. I'm doing great. Thrifting Vintage, what are you doing? Yeah. What they give you a warning for. So we were out garage sailing. Now, here's what had happened with my TT account. We had gotten to the point where they were giving me, so the second I went live, I would get a restriction within like 5 minutes. 5 minutes of going live, restriction. And then every like 5 to 10 minutes, I was getting a restriction. So it would never push my videos out. And then on top of that, because a lot of people are like, I don't know when you go live anymore. I can never find you. And it's like, it's what they're doing. Then on top of that, they were also making me do the puzzle piece thing like every 5 to 10 minutes. So I was doing that thing all the time. The restrictions were rolling in. So I knew my account had been like flagged. And I really think what it is, it's the same thing that happened with K-Way, which is like unregulated goods. TT doesn't want you to sell stuff over there. So the second you start talking about brands, and y'all know I sell Levi's, I sell Polo Ralph Lauren, I sell a lot of name brand stuff. The second you say those brands, boom. Restriction. So we were out garage sailing. I'd been talking about brands all day, and then we'd also been in and out of the car. So I got an unregulated goods ding, and then I also got a dangerously operating a vehicle, which I was not even driving. And I had the green screen on, but apparently it's not enough. So they just immediately gave me the thing, and they didn't just restrict it. They like shut it off, and then I appealed and it denied in like 2 seconds. When you say you got bananaed, I thought they kicked you for eating a banana. No, that'd be funny. I just had a banana this morning. I have a banana every morning. All right, so it's going to be 7 by 6. We better do 7 by 7 by 6 on this. So yeah, so we're gonna be hanging out here. So anyone that wants to hang out with us, this is where we're gonna be. Okay, so this is going to Kelsey in Michigan. Kelsey paid $8.99 for shipping. We're paying $7.96, so we make about $1 back. This thing cost me $5 for a total profit of, I believe, around, even after fees, like $58. So D says, I hear it often. I have friends on there. Same thing with brand mention. Yeah, and the same thing happened with K-Way. Well, and what's really interesting is K-Way and I sell a lot of the same brands. So we're talking constantly about kind of the more recognizable brands for AI, like Polo Ralph Lauren. I do a lot of Levi's, Vuori, 511, North Face, Columbia, like all those brands that are really like AI picks up on because they're bigger brands, Carhartt, anything like that. And I just know that they are getting crazier and crazier about it. So long story short, we are not messing with it anymore. We are hanging out here, which makes more sense to me anyways. I mean, if you guys think, I want you to think about this. This platform right here literally does nothing but encourage you to talk about brands. So it's like, why do we not all hang out over here? It is like a strange thing. I guess everyone, because I haven't been part of that community long enough to know, but my assumption is that everyone just kind of, it started over there. And so everyone just kind of, it just ended up there or something, I guess. But the TT people are missing out on W, and I know, and I agree with you, D. They are missing out on whatnot. I definitely agree with that. It's pretty crazy. If you think about it, let's get in the bag here. If you think about it, they don't let you say anything over there, right? they don't let you talk about brands. They don't want you selling things. So it's like, if they don't want you doing that, they're going to do everything in their power to make it so that you don't sell stuff there. Like I said, if you go into the creator search sites and you look, you will see, you can see this for your own self. You will see that they it is a 0% content gap, meaning that they are not looking for any content on WN. They do not want you talking about whatnot over there. I'm so used to saying WN. I can say whatnot here. It's so crazy. All right. So what we've got here is a little pack of Y2K Starbucks pins. So like Starbucks, the coffee. This is a lot of 5 of them, ranging from 2004 to 2005. Here's what I did. I bought a apron at a garage sale, and it was an old Starbucks apron, very hard to find. It was like a $70 apron, but it had all these pins on it. Well, I didn't want to sell the pins and the apron at the same time because I couldn't get as much. So I sold the apron. I parted out the pins, and just off of this lot of pins, we made $18. So I am definitely one of those sellers that I like to do 2 things. I either bulk stuff together, like I'll sell 4 Nike Dry Fit shirts at the same time, or I'll part things out. Board games, little pins, collectible-y things that people will pay for. Like you get like Masters of the Universe stuff or stuff, and it's not a full collection. Parting that stuff out can actually wind up making you more in the end. It's crazy that they act like I just started seeing the WN ads, paid ads on TV. You know what's crazy about that too, Tracy, is TT literally discourages you from talking about whatnot. Like I said, the creator insight searches, it's 0%. They are looking for no content, yet they will run these ads. It's very, very strange. Oh, someone is knocking at my door, and that is unfortunate. Can I help you? Oh, honey, is that you? I hope it's Justin, because if not, someone just walked in this door. No,
I'm a stranger.
Oh my God, it's a stranger!
Prepare to be robbed.
Hey, stranger, whatever you do, just don't take the vintage fire I have.
Oh,
Tons of whatnot ads there. Well, here's the thing. TikTok is going to take money from anybody right now. They're literally going to take money from anybody, but it doesn't mean they have to push their content out. That is the trick. There is lots of companies that will run Amazon ads, but they don't want you talking about that. They'll put it on there though. Hey, if they're going to pay you, why not? Well, and the thing with TT right now is that they are trying to sell their platform. So they're trying to sell it to anybody and get themselves interested in any of the upcoming. And Whatnot is such an upcoming app. I know it's been around for a while, but the traction it's gaining right now, I've seen 2, not 1, but 2 news reports recently. One was a static report, just meaning that it's just a screenshot and saying, there's a new way that people are purchasing things because they can't get things at a reasonable price. And that's on this app called Whatnot. So there was a static news report. And then there's also, it was on a Fox channel, but it was like a local Fox channel, something interview. And maybe you guys saw this. It was an interview with a seller on here. And I can't remember what his name was, but he mainly sells shoes. And it was like, there's a new platform hitting the world, and it's for the world of resellers. And it was like, some people are reselling to make what they call side hustle money. And some people are taking it seriously, like our friend. And then they did this whole interview with this guy. They showed start to finish how Whatnot works. And then the news reporter's like, I've never heard of this. This is amazing. Oh, wow. You start seeing that stuff in the news, and you know where things are going. You know where things are going. So if a trend's going that way, that's exactly where I'm going to be going. Okay. Next thing we've got here. Oh, was it Cool Kicks? Okay. I couldn't remember who it was. So I'm glad you knew who that was. What's up, PST? What's up? Fia Vayani. Sid's laughing at that one. Okay. So next thing we've got here is a little new era hat. Now, normally if I've got a flat bill hat, I'll put it in a box and stuff. This was a really inexpensive, purchase. I don't know why these little, so I sell a lot of hats, and I would say they range anywhere from usually being like, I don't know, maybe $12 to like I don't know, $60, depending on the hat. Every once in a while, though, I'll pick some up from a garage sale because I don't really comp at garage sales anymore. I just kind of buy stuff. And so every once in a great while, though, I'll get something that's just not worth anything. And that was the case with this hat. I got 2 of these Dallas Cowboy hats, and they both just were not worth anything. Now, there's someone in here that's going to make a hilarious joke about the Dallas Cowboys and say, yes, that's because there's no Dallas Cowboys. But for some reason, I don't know if there's just a lot of these made. This literally sold for $8, which is so crazy. Liv says, girl, 2 of my hats I got from you already sold. Dude, Liv, I'm going to say this right now. Out of everyone that came in the show that day, I think you got some of the most fire bangers from that show. I mean, you got that sick, disgusting, insane Cowboys hat that was like dumb amazing. Yeah, that's one thing I love about this business, you guys, is being able to get stuff because we are able to source and get like, where's my there it is, to get an abundance of stuff. Like we literally source pretty much every single day. And so for us being able to get stuff and then just run it on WN makes so much more sense because things were stacking up in my garage so bad. Like you could not even navigate my garage anymore. It had just gotten so bad. So this is how I wrap these. And I know this probably looks totally insane and crazy. But what I do is I just stuff the back with a little bit of paper. And then I just roll this around just to make sure the bill's going to stay good. Like I said, if this was a more expensive hat and like, you know, they had paid a ton for it, we would be having a completely different wrapping situation, but we're not. And then I'm going to take just a tiny bit of foam. Now, I get this foam. I get this question all the time. Like, how do you use so much foam? I get this foam for free. I made a connection with a guy in town here that their company just happens to get this foam by like the pounds. And so I get it from him for free. And so what I would suggest is if you guys are trying to get foam or get like free packing materials like this, go to like your local industrial area, like a company that's going to sell like tires or furniture or cabinetry, because they get stuff delivered to them in this foam and then, or bubble wrap, and they just throw it out, you guys. They literally just throw it out. And so, you know, why not take it in and get it from them for free? So what I would suggest is taking like a little piece in, just saying like, you know, hey, my name is Liv. I'm going to use you for an example. Hey, my name is Liv. I'm a local business owner in town here. I ship a lot of stuff out. I'm trying to keep my costs low. So I was just wondering if you guys had anything like this or bubble wrap or anything that you guys just throw away. I'd love to take it off your hands or recycle it, reuse it, help my business out a little bit. Do you guys have anything like that? And that's how you build those connections. Like we had such great connections for stuff in Washington, and then we moved here to Texas. So it has been just an adventure trying to get like new connections made. So now normally I use these big, huge stickers, but I accidentally purchased these really small ones, but they're cute. This one says mango good job. I mean, they're absolutely ridiculous childish stickers, but I'm sure that they make someone smile. And if I can make one person smile a day, then my job is done. Destination Thrift, what are you doing? What in the hell is going on today? That's what I want to know. So we wrapped up our little hat here. And then the question is, but will the hat stay safe? Guys, this hat stands safe. Nothing's going to happen to this hat. It's good. I have shipped out probably 300 hats this way. So, Liv, I'm so excited that some have already sold. That's freaking fantastic, dude. Yeah, you got some bangers. I love it. It makes me so happy. All right. I am all about trying to get stuff back out in the world, so that things don't just, end up in landfills. All right. So let's see. This is going to Deborah in California. Deborah paid $5.99 for shipping. We're paying $4.62. Definitely probably covers. Yeah, that covers my original cost of this hat too. For a total profit on this one of about $6.50. It's not much, but you know what? It's $6.50 I can take to the next garage sales and find more stuff. Just one more chapter. They're adorable and I love them. Yay! That makes me so happy. Guys, make sure you follow Just One More Chapter. She's a friend of ours and she has been so gracious as to mod for us, because we are moving so fast in our shows now. It is so hard to not have multiple people helping. I got Justin putting in numbers, packaging, I'm running stuff, so it was really hard for us to like type out what each item was. And Just One More has been doing such a fantastic job. What a great mod. You are killing it. You're amazing. I appreciate you. You have no idea. All right, next thing is I don't even remember when I picked this up. It is like a wand from some sort of it's from Fantastical Beast, Harry Potter, something or another. And it sold for $10. It's definitely not it's not a huge sell, but I mean, knowing me, I probably picked this up for like 50 cents at a garage sale. And when something is that easy to list, because there's a barcode. So I use a cross-listing platform called Nifty. If you guys have not heard of it and you're a reseller, it is the best virtual assistant you can ever get. One of the features it has is you load your pictures into it. It finds the item on the internet for you, kind of like Google Lens would. It writes out the whole listing for you. And then all you have to do is go in and change a few things, put the price, and then it goes live. So my listing is so much faster. We're listing about 20 things a day on the Bay, Poshy, Depopy. We're listing on there regularly about 20 items a day and still able to do 4 whatnots a week. And I know that is because of Nifty. So if you guys have not had a chance to check that out, if you were to find me on any other socially media places, i.e. anywhere, nice comment. There's a link there that you can get so you can try it for 7 days for free, and then you get $15 off your first month. So if you are a reseller, I would definitely say check it out. I think it's the best one out there. I've tried the other cross-listing platforms, and I would highly, highly, highly recommend Nifty over all of them. So that is just me, and that is my opinion. Do you and Justin list on the weekends? Just more, it kind of depends. So right now we're trying to like get the doing the Saturday, we're trying to do the Saturday garage sale things. So normally what I would do is, before I was going live and doing the Saturday shows here on Whatnot, is I would go out garage sailing all day. I'd come home, I'd take a little snooze, I would go through everything and do like a haul video, and then after that I would get like maybe 10 things listed in the evening. And then on Sundays, I would list a few items, but Sundays a lot for me are like mending, repairing, washing, organizing, week planning, grocery shopping, home maintenance, dog maintenance, all that kind of stuff. But now things are so crazy because we're doing a Whatnot all day Saturdays. We're doing Whatnot shows on Sundays. We're doing Whatnot shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I would say I'm still trying to build out my schedule, and we're almost kind of having to like redo everything as far as our schedule went, because it's just so crazy right now. So the answer is yes and no. I think once we get our schedule down, once we get the garage sale thing down, I think we'll be able to better do it. One of the things too that I like to do though is I try to do my pictures during the week, try to let those stack up. Then we get them imported into Nifty, into the drafts. So I'll have like, let's say 60 or 70 things in drafts. Then I can go in and just edit some, put them as ready to list, and then list them. And then that way I'm kind of being consistent in an inconsistent way, if that makes any sense. Yeah, you're welcome. I don't know Laura. Laura does it, but some do. Yeah, and Laura's doing a lot of TikTok shop stuff too. So I don't know what her schedule is. She also has little kids too. I don't have little kids, so I don't build my schedule around that. If we had little kids here or something, it'd be a different story, because I'd want to be able to spend a little more of that quality time with them. For Justin and I, our quality time kind of is working together, as weird as that sounds. We did do date night the other night, which was fantastic. But yeah, we just we do what we gotta do. I don't know. Our schedule's insane. Our schedule's so crazy right now. So yeah, and if you guys don't know who we're talking about, it's Laura at Wild and Almost Free. This woman literally taught me how to do this business. I am not kidding. I will give her the credit. She wrote a fantastic, insanely good start to finish how to be a reseller book. In my opinion, it's the best thing that's out there for like, I am brand new to reselling. How do I do this? Her guide literally taught me how to do this and showed me how I was doing everything wrong. We went from making like $200 a month to making like a full-time living. And a big part of that was using that guide in the beginning, fixing what I had been doing wrong, and she just lays everything out. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to any of my social media places, anywhere, find me nice comps, click on the link tree there. And in the link tree, there is a thing that says reseller guide to get you started. Actually, you know what? I'll just go to it really quick here and show you, because I know I'm gonna get a message later tonight from someone that's like, wait, what was that thing? Okay, so if you go, like, I'm over on the IG. If you go here, scroll down to where it says six-figure reseller guide, that is our friend Laura. And she wrote a guide. It is not my guide, it is her guide, but it is absolutely fantastic. So I would definitely, yeah, she is great, says Liv. Yeah, she's amazing. What is up, Junia? Good to see you. Okay, so we got 16 by 5 by 3 on this. So 16 by 5 by 3. Let's take a look and see. So this is going to Stacy in Illinois. Stacy paid $6.99 for shipping. We're paying $5.31 for a total profit on this item of probably about $9. These last two things were definitely smaller sales. But hey, smaller sales build up. You know, there is nothing wrong with having a few smaller sales. When you get those banger ones in between, it all evens out. Right now, our average sale price on different platforms is $30, which is really good. I mean, it used to be like 11, I think. So I've definitely been learning how to source better items. And I'm also a turn and burn seller, so I sell stuff for probably way lower than I need to, because I want stuff in the inventory and out of the inventory. I am not a storage unit. I am a reseller. So, right way, what are you doing? I see you there. I see you. Okay, let's pop over to Depop. So I saw quite a few items on Depop. And let's see what we've got today. So the first thing we've got, it looks like a pair of pants. Let's take a look. Try these ones. Ah, yes. The Doopy Yoopies. Hey, friend, the Doopy Yoopies. We're going to do just a couple more items here. I'm going to show you guys what I sold real quick, just so you can know to look out for it. And then we're going to actually raid D here in about 5 minutes. So I found these at a garage sale. I snagged them up before I could even look at them because I wanted to get them and get out of the sale because the guy only wanted $3 for them. Once I got home, I realized that these definitely were not the real skis. However, I listed these. Instead of listing them as Juncos, I just listed them as wide leg embroidered stitched pants. I did not mention the brand. I did not mention anything. What I did do was use my keywords. So for those of you that are new over here for me, I have a keywords list that I use. I put keywords in all of my listings. If you're interested in getting it, you can follow that link tree. It is there for you to get. But in there, I've got like, the keywords. I'll just read this to you. Let's just take a look here. We'll just look at this together here. So just the keywords that helped get these sold is grunge, punk, alternative, edgy, skater, skate, skater, punk, embroidered, skater boy, skater BOI, skate with an 8, emo, sad boy with an I, screamo music, baggy loose, fire, 2000s fashion, Y2K aesthetic, Bratz nostalgia, 90s nostalgia, 90s baby hardcore. So all of those, if anyone was even searching remotely for one of those words, these jeans were going to pop up. And so because of that, I got these sold. This is a pair of total dupes. These are not real. And they still sold for $32 over on the pump. So can't snooze on that. Now, am I telling you to buy dupey things and put them up? No. You got to be careful. You have to not mention the word. You have to not mention the brand. You have to not focus on the brand in your pictures. You got to be careful. but I knew if I marked them down low enough, they'd sell. I sold the last pair for 70 that were wide leg, and these ones I think went for, what did we say, 20 and 30, something like that. So this says cake it easy. Cake it easy, baby. Blended, what you doing? Blended found me on the whatnot. All right, so I ship all of my Depop stuff outside of Depop. I actually ship it over in pirate ship. So we're going to ship this one together. Then I'm going to show you guys what we sold, and then we're going to go ahead and just raid D, because I don't want to miss out on her live, trying to support a fellow seller, of course. So we've got 8 by 8, and this is 1 pound 4 ounces. So they paid $8.99 for shipping. This is going to California. We are paying $7.56, so making a little bit of money on that. No problem. Thank you very much. And this is going to go ground cubic advantage. The reason I like shipping over here from Depop is I'm able to make a little bit of extra money. Havens, what is going on? Or Ha Evans? One of the two. It's one of the two. Someone got a sticker! Somebody got a sticker! Thank you guys for getting the stickers. Like, we're getting so close, you guys. We got to get that 1,000 sales, man. I'm so freaking determined. Like, I want Whatnot to stop keeping all of our cash. Got to get to that 1,000. Got to get to that 1,000. Whew. Yeah, busy shipping day today. Oh my gosh, the car was over full. We pulled in the post office and they just looked at us like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here's your sticker. It'll be on its way. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what else we sold, and then we're going to pop over to D's. So first thing here is be on the lookout for these shirts. Anything that has those kind of really sick, insane graphics. This has has monster on the front, and then has this total crazy, like insane racing graphic on the back. This one, I got so many offers on it, but I held firm at 48. So that one sold for 48. We sold, this is probably a Ralph Lauren would be my guess, because I sell a ton of Ralph Lauren. Yes, we got a little polo Ralph Lauren. This is a big one too. This is an XLT. XLT polo Ralph Lauren with a yellow hit. Come on. All day, every day. No problem on that one. Let's see. We sold this one for 24. Normally, I like to get about 26 to 28 for these. However, over on Depop, I don't have the fees that I have on other platforms. So I don't worry about that as much. And then the last thing we sold, another one I held firm on, got a ton of offers. I love picking up soccer jerseys. They always make me money every single time. And this one is no different. This is the Canals Nissan with the Corona back, stripe hit racing, really good condition. And this one sold for 32. So those are the other 3 things we're shipping out today. Guys, I'm going to head over to D's Whatnot here. So make sure when you get over there, say raid. 149 left. This says just one. So make sure you guys head over, let her know the nice comp sent you in. And then make sure you go in and bookmark our shows. So we've got one coming up on Thursday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but it's going to be something freaking insane and amazing. Then we've got Saturday, Sunday. Justin made a much more shows. So if you guys can go in there and bookmark them, that really helps me out because it helps to push these out. So we're going to go ahead and raid this here. And I just got to figure out how to do that. So let's see here. How do I... We're going to create a raid. We're going to find our good friend D. We're going to get in there. We're going to hang out. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Oh, I'll be back on here tomorrow working too. So I'll make one ahead of time. I'll make it today so you can bookmark it for tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody.